Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Welcome to Live. And thank you for whoever could join us at this. You know, we had to do Tuesday this week. It'll be Wednesday from now on, but we just had to switch it this week. And we really didn't want to abandon ship and cancel just because we couldn't do the Wednesday. So whoever's here and joining us, we're really happy that you're here. Today we're going to be talking about connecting to your inner knowing, ways to be able to use your inner gifts, be aware of them, and learn how to ask for guidance, ask for help, and a couple of the steps really for doing that, because so many times in life the rug just gets pulled out from under us, and we've stressed over and over and over again how, life is life. We're just the players in the school of life, and things happen. And we always say God has the first and last call. Done deal. No matter what happens, every single thing that happens for a reason. And when you really start to be aware of this fact, you really start becoming much more aware of your thoughts, your words, your understanding of what's going on around you. And I stress around you, because everything that happens to us happens outside of us, but it's got something to do with our inner thoughts and feelings. And when things come up and we feel like here's another battle, you really have to look at it and say, what part of me hasn't healed that I drew this back? And just move on. You're not at fault. It's a lesson you came back to learn, and there's plenty of guidance and ways to, live with it and move forward through it and leave it in the past and really leave the past behind. So, do you want to?
Yeah, so, as you know, we usually say, we usually think of the topic the day of, it usually comes, and so I've been really caught up in a lot of things, actually asking for a lot of guidance, and some days I'm like, seriously, I'm listening, just tell me what, just tell me, I can't take it another second. So this morning Phyllis is like, I'm thinking of talking about how to listen for guidance. I'm like, okay, because I kind of need that right now, and I'm like, all you today, man, because I really I'm caught up in kind of a few things, some of them patterns and some that are working themselves out, and I'm hyperly aware of pretty much everything that's going on around me.
Right, and when things are really out of your control, you're looking at reality, because everything really is out of your control. You control nothing except your thoughts and your feelings and the steps you take to make things different and the way you want them to be. And one really difficult thing to realize is it's not always pictured the way we really, want it to be. And being, we've talked about this too, it's all kind of like a big blanket, but being disconnected emotionally from the outcome of things is huge, because your meditation of what's going to happen, what could be, are all trained limiting beliefs. And if we just learn to go with the flow and listen to guidance and be in that moment, one of the things I wanted to really stress about today was meditation. And we've all had things we've dealt with. We talk about this all the time. We've all had things we've dealt with. We're here to share the things that have worked really well for us to keep us on track. Meditation for me, I always have meditated for a long time, but I really started taking it seriously and going, all right, I'm meditating, but what am I really getting from it? I started learning meditation about 20 years ago over at Temple Ambler campus with a wonderful, wonderful teacher, my friend a friend and colleague, Barb, but you really, when you meditate, you want to be able to relax and get to that place where your soul is kind of speaking to you, where there's no chatter, where there's no dilemmas of the day, where you really get into a quiet place and your body is just still and you're able to really focus on doing visualizations, picturing what you really want, using a mantra. I easily flow with the vibrations of the universe. I easily take in every day and leave the past behind. Make up your mantra.
It can
Get
be
into
short.
and it can be short.
It can
You
be
can
short.
you can
Just-
meditate at a red light.
Yeah, well,
At a red light.
you can just say, like, I just saw one the other day of release, one word, or peace. Like, what is it? You know, same thing where I said early on, you know, where all is well. Like, if you can just calm yourself down and just
Or-
use that word or that mantra.
Absolutely.
Like,
I am
doesn't have to be
peace.
one
I am
thing.
love. I am joy. The minute that negative underlying lower vibration comes in, go right back to I am peace.
Yeah.
I am love. I am joy. And meditation, it's just huge. The other thing that I've really depended on and really used to the max, and even this morning I did, was we're all born with a ton of guides and angels. And I know it sounds woo-woo to a lot of you that are new to this, but you can't tell me that there hasn't been a time where you've left your house, you're running to the mall, you have to get in and out, and you're like, ugh, a parking space. And all of a sudden, there's a parking space, and it's the very first one, the closest to the mall. By chance, I highly doubt it. But the way you may have put it out there, your guides were like, they really need this. We're going to open up that first space. We'll wait till about, she's outside the mall, and then we'll open it up so she gets there. You're on your way somewhere, and there's two different ways you can go, and you decide to go straight instead of making that right. You just hear, oh, go straight. And you can kind of feel like you did not think of that, nor was it even part of what you were thinking on your way. It's got to be coming from somewhere. They're there. Your guides and angels are just standing around like this going, listen, we told you we were going to come back with you and help you. Ask us for the help. Ask us for the guidance. And I'm telling you, if you open up to this, it could be minutes, it could be a half an hour, it could be an hour, it could be a day, it could be 3 days, it could be 3 weeks. But I'm telling you, you ask, and the more you ask, the sooner you start to get the results that you're looking for. And the results kind of unfold in a way that you see a light at the end of the tunnel. Ask your guides, ask God, ask whoever you believe in for that assistance, because I'm telling you, there is a power greater than us and an inner knowing deep in ourselves that we can access just using a couple little things and get into a habit every day. Because the more you do this, the more you are showing the universe that you're allowing yourself to receive the guidance. And I'm telling you, the floodgates open. The floodgates open. Setbacks. Setbacks are for a reason. Ask for the reason and ask for it to be over. And what can you do to get there? Put the order out.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it a lot this week, for sure. I've actually been driving on Whitehall Road in East Norton and coming around near the farm park. And
I know the road well.
yeah, and definitely I was told slow down and look over, and there was the biggest buck that I think I've ever seen coming out on Whitehall Road.
There you go.
And I was like, whew, it definitely, I heard it and I saw it. However, I will say, at the same time, it's to keep that, that's one thing I think I've always just projected, keep my family, my friends safe and happy, and especially my kids, that's always my thing. And anytime I think something comes up with my kids, I'm like, listen, I said you got to keep them safe. That was my deal here. That they're good. That's it. I don't care what's happening, but I got to know that they're good. So that's one thing. And then the other thing too, in the remembering to listen. Did you just get a jolt?
I almost, yeah.
She's going,
That was
you're supposed to listen, she's saying. maybe I'm not a good listener because some days, you
Yeah,
know.
you are.
Yeah.
I think it's, I think,
This is our discussions. This is for real.
I think that we really do listen, but we're still so affected by the jumble of other people's thoughts that they've impressed upon us. And, you know, maybe in meditation, release that, or ask your guides, release any predisposed thoughts that no longer serve me, and they came from somewhere else. Like, you need to like really realize that. You know, life has setbacks. I mean, I don't know there's a week that's gone by in the last 6 months that there hasn't been some kind of setback of some sort. Listen, I had a flood in my house May of 2016, okay? I'm still waiting for that to be completed. Like, how many months is that? And you go like, why is this happening? Why is this happening? It's happening for a reason. I've handled it somewhat calmly. I had a dumpster in my yard for 5 months. I had to go through my daughter's wedding, my daughter's shower at the house with a huge red dumpster in my driveway. You know, there was a reason for it, whatever the reason was. And in retrospect, I still haven't figured it out, but I know that there was a reason. So once you understand that we're in a school and all the things that are happening are to teach us lessons, and I think that one of the biggest lessons is to understand that there is help out there, and there is a huge energy more powerful than us, filled with guides and angels and spirit guides and higher self. It's this energy that if you quiet yourself enough to really connect and really intentionally and honestly believe and use it, every day something wonderful will happen in your life. And things when you least expect it are really going to happen. And we've seen this, and we've talked to people that have kind of used these things, and wonderful things have happened when they least expected it. So what makes you think it's not going to happen? You know, for you, you're no different than anybody. You don't have like a privilege that says you have your own set of rules. There's one rule, there's one universe, and there is one source of energy that connects all of us. And we've each chosen different paths to get to our purpose. And in order to stay on our path and keep a clear head and stay on track, it's time to use our God-given gifts. And they're within. They're not out here. Because think about it. Without would be out here. And you would truly be without that help, because it's not out here. It's within. We have it in here. And using meditation, speaking to your guides, lighting an intention candle, reciting the intention that you're looking for. Maybe it's crystals. I've done a different grid every couple of days. And you know what? I have been so focused on my grids, and I have to say, I did a grid the other day, and I was so specific in my intention in that grid. And let me tell you something, God was completely specific in giving me exactly what I asked for, the way I saw it and the way I asked for it. And it's not like I had to change what I was doing to make it happen, but I really had to feel and be clear about what I wanted. And I think clarity is a big thing for people.
But clarity.
Yeah, once you really understand that your thoughts and your words have to be completely aligned divinely with what you're asking for, it's just gonna flow. It's just gonna flow. You know, what if you're relocated, your husband got transferred, your partner got transferred, now you have to relocate, but you find out there's a job opening and you're like the prime person that they're gonna hire for it. Now you get there and the job isn't available just yet. Well, you could get angry and go, whoa, whoa, I thought it was supposed to be, and I moved, but how do you know that the little bit of setback in that timing wasn't a bridge to something else that's really coming in, or that came in, and then you find out a week later there's actually something else that opened up that's more aligned with what you really want to do.
So she said
Give
this
life
to me,
a chance.
You said this to me in the fall, early fall, and everything changed in that moment about my career actually. So I had that moment, and she was like, "What if it's just a bridge?" Because I'm like, "This isn't what I want to do." It's like, "What if it's just a bridge?" I'm like, "All right," and it was because I changed in like another month,
That's right.
and everything changed for the better, extremely for the better.
Oh my God, totally. The
So you need those people to bounce that off of too, by the way, because I actually just had this discussion I just had coffee with my friend Kate a little while ago, and we were just having this discussion, and I also feel like it's the people that you're spending your time with, and like I have put all negative people in my life at a real arm's length, because
sometimes you have to do that, because sometimes you have to do that.
Right. And so, but like, and what I mean, I don't need somebody saying, fluffing me up or anything, but I do need, when I get like anxious and I'm looking for those messages back, somebody just to be like, you're going to be fine. I know I'm going to be fine. But in the throes that you don't feel like
at a
it.
level we all know that we're going to be fine.
Right. But for somebody just to say it, not for like, you don't have to make it up, you don't have to do anything, but listen, you're going to be fine. And I'm going to be like, yeah, I know I'm going to be fine. But in the moment that you feel like overwhelmed or that things are going awry.
But here's the thing, you stay overwhelmed in that moment. We stay overwhelmed because we're letting all of the old programming take over that moment. If you set your desires and your sights, like I'm telling you, there's not a day that goes by that I'm not on my way to work and I look up and I go, God, today, take away some other block. I really want to be on my path. I really want to clear all the emotions, if there's any I don't know about that are blocking from hearing your clear guidance all through the day. And I'm telling you, every day I feel more connected and less in that.
Oh yeah,
I didn't mean to like butt in like that, but
yeah, for sure.
Every day I feel less chained and bound to those old feelings, and so much more in power of my own life, and letting go of so many things. So many things.
Authenticity, like all the different things that we've been talking about. That's why when Phyllis said this morning, I'm like, okay, because I think that's what I needed this morning. And we're actually like current on pretty much everything that we're dealing with.
Yeah, we're just
doing
using
this live
every
with
day
you.
what's going on. This is really live. Our life, we know everybody's got similar issues that are going on, and we really are looking to help you, because we're really kind of gliding through all the things that are happening. And it's human behavior to feel that first impulse of stress, but that's what we're trying to get you to. The moment you start to feel that, I choose peace. In this moment, I choose peace.
If you don't get a hold of it, Saturday I had my business associate was out of town for the weekend, so I was doing her workload and my workload. And I couldn't even see the end of the day. I knew I was going to be having a few drinks the end of the day, but I just couldn't see through it, and I was like, I was overwhelmed from the minute that I walked in my office door at like 9:30 in the morning on Saturday. So the first thing I did was meditate. I couldn't even pull it together. I was like jittering, and I'm like, okay, this is not even gonna, if I'm this way now, I had back-to-back appointments through the whole day, and I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to serve them or me. So I put on some music, and like what Phyllis has going on here, like little meditation music. And I actually had a crystal with me.
Zone.
Yep, I did. I grabbed my crystal. I was like, okay, let's get this under control. All right. And then little by little, I used release, and then I used peace, because I really need peace. Like I needed the peace. And so that I did get it actually rather quickly.
We all need peace.
Yeah, it was like about probably 20 minutes. And had I not taken that 20 minutes, I came out of it clear as a bell. And I could then catch up on even where I was in the moment of like walking in the door, feeling like I was behind. I was like, okay, here's what I gotta do, bing, bing, bing. And it was done. And before I knew it, it was the end of the day. And it was a great day. Sold a house, all kinds of good stuff.
Right. And don't ever use any excuses about not having time
No.
to give yourself time.
Mm-hmm.
If you had time to go to the bathroom and you had time to like get upset and stressed, you definitely had time to pull back, take a deep breath, choose peace, joy, love. I mean, love is just the highest vibration that there is.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's my favorite thing. That is my favorite thing, is choosing love first. I'm really learning how it's the highest vibration. And it's not about necessarily being in love. It's about choosing that unconditional, universal love that we're all connected to. And the more you think about how you're connected to, the more you're connected to it and you feel it. Listen to your guides. Listen to that little voice. You know when it's that little voice and when it's you. I'm sorry. Nobody out there can really convince me that you don't know what we're talking about when we're talking about that little knowing that we all have. You're sitting watching TV and all of a sudden your mind says, the doorbell's going to ring. Now, you had no preconception that somebody was going to stop by, maybe it was somebody collecting something at the door, or that your kids ordered a pizza, you didn't know. Your little kid ordered on that Google, whoever it is, a doll set, you didn't know. So the doorbell rings and you're like, oh my God, I just thought of that, but that's it. Or your phone rings. And before you even look at that phone, you know it's your son, your daughter, your mother, your whoever, your girlfriend, you know exactly who it is. You want to tell me you're not connected? You can't. Once something happens and it's real and you didn't do it and you witnessed it, I'm sorry, you can't deny. And there's no crossing back. Once you start allowing things to come into your life and really expecting the best to happen no matter what circumstances are happening, sometimes life pulls the rug out from under us and we totally understand it. But you know what? When life pulls that rug out from under you, let me tell you, go get a new floor, go get a new rug, go get a new carpet. Be peace, be love, be anything. But don't be the old tapes playing in your head that keep you in that. And the past is just that, the past. Let all your old emotions and boundaries and limitations go and be in your moment and respect it. I'm going to tell you, use it or lose it. Respect the fact that we all have that internal gift that is connected to all of the outer energy in our life. And listen, I'm not a holy roller. I'm not about religion. But there's a section in the Bible under Corinthians where they talk about the gift of the gifts. And it's not Christmas gifts under a tree. The gifts of knowing, hearing, clear audience, speaking all the truth. Like, get it. It's not about a religious thing. It's about a spiritual knowing and a gift that was given to us upon birth called a birthright. And it's a gift that you're connected to the divine and you have the ability to use that. Set up a little place in your house where you feel comfortable, or your office, or somewhere where every day you can go there for 5 minutes and just like be in your space. I've got one here, I've got one at home. You just go there and that's your place to just be who you are. And it could be 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, an hour, however long. But make time for yourself to make this connection, or you're just never going to get out of your rut. And you don't want to do that. You wouldn't be watching us if you didn't, because honest to God, this year is going to be the best year. And you can make it your best year if you want to also. It's just a change in perception, and it's just a change in how you're thinking. And that's like up to you.
It's funny, while I was driving here, I'm thinking, I don't know that I'm that great of a listener. I'm just thinking of the topic as I'm driving here, and then Phyllis just answered pretty much everything that I was thinking. And while I was driving, I'm like, you know it. You know, you have to practice it. She just said it all back. So imagine Phyllis just being the voice. The voice of reason.
Yeah, hear me say, just be peace. Just be peace. But really, I want to see you getting your meditation going on.
Yeah.
I want to see you really listening to your guides. We definitely want to hear from you.
Yeah.
Definitely ask us any questions you want on Facebook. I'll get on and I'll answer. Like, we'll both answer your stuff.
Yeah.
You know, personally, like, seriously, get on board. You want a better life? Start making it happen today.
I think
it's up
too,
to you.
the greatest thing too for us doing this every week
And expect the best. Go ahead,
is
I'm
keeping
sorry.
us being present. I mean, I
Yes.
felt more present, really, truly, in myself, more authentic, more and more things are definitely releasing, you know, in every different direction.
Absolutely.
As far as everything that I've been experiencing lately, and
It
yeah.
doesn't mean we're obstacle free,
no,
but you have
Well,
a freedom to get through those obstacles so
Very
much
zigzag.
easier using these really simple, basic tools.
yeah,
And they're in your tool chest.
yeah, yeah.
Your tool chest. They're right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Now I definitely think I've seen a very zigzaggy road lately, but it's fast and it's furious.
staying
too,
above
you know?
water. Staying above water.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And you know, plenty of friends, and you know, your sphere is. I mean, I really can't even say how I could feel the difference with the people that I'm with lately, and how I feel being in those presence. You know, and just really keeping on the higher level. You know, rather than, I don't want to hear all the things that could go wrong in a circumstance. I want to be facing forward, and you know, whatever is coming. I want all the positive things to come to me, and just to keep staying on the path. And as soon as somebody says anything to the negative, I'm like, okay, enough of you today. Gotta go, you know, and change gears a little bit.
so really be in touch with your truest desires and choose love every day.
Mhm.
Choose love over thinking you're going through something that is just, you're, let me tell you now, you are not in control of your life, not anything. So today, make that decision to really start accessing and using these energies that are so available to us. And you want to know something? It's free. It's free. It's free. So.
Yep.
Anything else you can think
No,
of?
that's it. I just want to say hi to Jamie. Thank you for joining us every week. I know she's here. She said she would be.
Hi, everybody that's watching, and we'll get to see later.
Yep.
And definitely write in your comments and your questions, and like, we're here for you. So have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your week. We'll see you next Wednesday,
Yeah.
and we love you.